In this video, I'm going to teach you how to naturally boost your immune system. Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Zarowski and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community so I can help you excel your health and your life. Now in this video, we're talking about how to boost the immune system naturally. This is really important because when it comes to boosting your immune system, all you ever hear about is all these different synthetic ways to do it that, cost a lot of money. So I'm going to teach you how to do this very safely, do it naturally, do it in a very inexpensive manner, and we're going to do this using vitamin D. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the research behind vitamin D, what you need to know, and I'm going to teach you how to use it as well. I'm going to teach you at the end of this video what you're supposed to take for dosing and how to take it. Let's go ahead and dive right into this topic. So a lot of people who are suffering from the cold, the flu, and this whole seasonal sickness problem, what we're going to do is learn how to avoid this altogether. Now when we look at vitamin D in general and the deficiency problem that there is, it's estimated that there's 1 billion people worldwide that are deficient in vitamin D. It's estimated that 40% of Americans or more are actually deficient in vitamin D as well. And so there's a couple reasons this is happening. First of all, decreased sun exposure. People aren't working the land anymore. People aren't working outside. Most people are working indoors now. They're not getting that sun on their skin, so they're not getting sufficient amounts of vitamin D. Now basically, it's estimated that in order to get sufficient amounts of vitamin D from the sun, what you have to be doing is spending 30 minutes or more a day out and letting the sun hit your skin. Now, when we look at that, that's for a fair-skinned person. So as you have darker skin, you basically have to spend more time in the outdoors. And so 30 minutes for a lighter skinned person, for a darker skinned person, you have to spend more time letting that sun hit your skin to have sufficient vitamin D levels. Some other reasons include increased use of sunscreen. Okay, everybody is just scared to death of the sun. The sun has so many health benefits hitting your skin, and people are just scared to death of it, covering themselves in suntan lotion all the time and just like blocking it completely. You're not getting the benefits. It's a big problem today. Poor gut health. Many people have poor gut health. They're not absorbing it well. No gallbladder. It's a big problem in today's world, and the reason for it being important is because it's a fat-soluble vitamin, and so sometimes when you don't have a gallbladder, you're just not going to absorb it as efficiently. Decreased consumption of liver. Okay, so people used to eat a lot of liver, a lot of fish. People just don't eat a lot of liver or fish anymore, and that has some higher amounts of vitamin D in it, which is great for you. Also, when we look at this, the American Association of Clinical Endocrinology and the Vitamin D Council recommends supplementation of vitamin D. Okay, so basically, some of these organizations that are looking at your overall health, they're recommending you take vitamin D. Now, we're talking about vitamin D today through the lenses of looking at the immune system, but it's also very important because if you have a deficiency, it's linked to cancer, it's linked to PCOS, it's linked to hormonal problems, linked to depression, so many other issues. So very important. Let's talk about, once again, vitamin D in the immune health. So D3 activates antimicrobial properties in the immune system cells. AMPs equal basically antimicrobial and antiviral. Now, when we look at activating those, and you're activating that antimicrobial and antiviral system in the body, basically what that's going to do is that's going to deactivate the influenza virus, which vitamin D3 has been shown to do, and decrease the incidence of cold and flu. Very powerful. Let's go ahead and look at some of the research. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found children given D3 were 67% less likely to get the flu. That's super powerful information. I don't know why this isn't like brought right to the forefront of people's knowledge when we talk about how to avoid the flu. Nobody ever talks about this, right? In a 3-year study on vitamin D3 supplementation and incidence of cold and flu, subjects who supplemented with D3 had a 70% reduced incidence of cold and flu. 70%. Okay, so a lot of people, once again, are looking at all these synthetic ways to avoid the cold and flu. Why not just take vitamin D3, right? Like, what are the negative health consequences of taking vitamin D3 every day? Actually, it just has a whole bunch of benefits. Furthermore, the group who supplemented with 2,000 IUs of vitamin D3 daily dropped cold and flu incidence by 99%. How powerful is that? You want to drop your cold and flu incidence by 99%, supplement with vitamin D3. Let's talk about how to do it. So first of all, like I had mentioned already, you want to make sure you're supplementing with vitamin D3. It's important because the D3 has been found to be 87% more bioavailable so that you can actually utilize it in your body. We also want to take this with a K2, and it's important because the K2 actually helps with the bone support. It's going to help actually get that calcium into the bones. So we take vitamin D and K2 together. It helps the whole process work much more efficiently in the body. Now, when we look at vitamin D2, many times you're seeing that it's estimated you should be around 600 IUs to 800 IUs daily. This is the very minimum amount required to actually go and avoid serious health consequences like rickets and some of these different diseases, these bone diseases. But in order to actually have really true health as a result of taking sufficient amounts of vitamin D, we have to be much higher than that. What I recommend is that you're taking 1,000 IUs per 40 pounds of body weight. So you basically just figure out how much your body weight is, and then you put 1,000 IUs on there. I'm basically right around the 5,000 IU mark. So, you go ahead and do that calculation for yourself. Now, when we look at the vitamin D as well, what I recommend is people use the D3, K2, the one that I clinically recommend. I'll go ahead and put in the description here below. Once again, it's in high quality vitamin D. It's not this low quality stuff that you're seeing at the store made out of, just super cheap ingredients. It's a very high quality. But the other thing too is I have it in 5,000 IU capsules that I recommend it in. And so if you're someone who's sick, sometimes I'll go ahead and recommend that you go ahead and up the dose. If you're someone who has a deficiency, you're going to have to up the dose. But if you're just, trying to get into it and you're starting to take it based on my daily recommended allowance of 1,000 IUs based on 40 pounds of body weight, just figure out what your body weight is, and then you just do that calculation and then figure out how many capsules you need to take throughout the week, okay? So you might need a 5,000 IU capsule every other day versus every day if you're lighter weight. That is going to help you avoid the flu and avoid the cold, avoid the influenza, and as a result, you're going to feel a lot better and you're going to do it naturally. So super powerful stuff there. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, put it in the comment section here below. Also, be sure to share this video with your friends. There's so many people who are being told to take all these different things in order to avoid the flu, and really they just need to be taking some vitamin D3 because it's very powerful. So be sure to share this with them, and then if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that, and check out my other videos on how you can improve your health. I'll see you in the next video.